Cultural news. Together is a solo exhibition of photographs by Belgium-born artist Lil Steinberg, opening July 15th at the Efrat Gallery in Tel Aviv. In her latest show, Steinberg focuses on dancers in motion and juxtaposes pairs of contrasting images that share more in common than they initially suggest. We spoke to the artist about her latest exhibition.
First of all, the title Together is a word play. If you see well it's written, you take the two, it's like 1, 2, it's a number. Normally, you most probably know that you spell together differently. So actually the idea is to put two different pictures together, and initially they have nothing in common, but once you put them together, you can see something is related. That was the original idea.
So just describe to us some of the images that you paired in this exhibition.
Okay, so half of the exhibition is about a dancer. I used to join a workshop of Ziv Koren, and this is photojournalism, and I chose the subject of dancer. I've been with her for 4 months because, it was quite tough work because one doesn't realize how much exercise it takes before they get to such a result. And the interesting point was that for me was that being there every day and following them at the studio or at the Lal, it depends where we are, could allow me to anticipate every movement. So at the end I could catch some very great pictures. Well, at least I hope so. The other part of the pictures is more of the exhibition is more concerning graphics. Graphics, it's the rigidity, the stiffness of some lines, like in architecture. And actually, I'm comparing the lines and the curves many times in this exhibition.
So it's almost like you're taking something, you're capturing movement and energy, and you're contrasting it to something that's very stationary and rigid.
Exactly. Well, you said it so nicely. Exactly. Yeah.
And so what are the commonalities that you say that you actually found in these images together?
Well, every picture is different. That's the point. You have to. I really hope you're going to come to see the exhibition, and you will see that there is something common every time, something different.
And when you created these pairings, did you already have in your mind the relationship, or it's something that evolved as you took the pictures?
No, not at all. This is something that we decided, my art director Gil Goren, my curator Ofer Khadjayov, and myself. We decided to try to make the exhibition a bit more interesting, and it forces also the visitor to think a bit and to see maybe he has another idea, because not everyone sees the same thing as I see. So it's kind of interesting.
Now, you mentioned that you took part in this workshop, this photography workshop. How did you come to photography as your medium for art?
Well, actually, as a small child, I've always been surrounded by beautiful pictures, as my father was a very good amateur photographer and also a big art collector, which allowed me to develop a sharp eye. So I came naturally with time to photography. But let's say that since I'm living in Israel for 6 years now, I have much more time, and so I'm much more busy with my passion.
And did you engage in photography before you came to Israel?
Yes, I did, yeah. But I had less time.
And in terms of choosing dancers as the topic in this exhibition, do you dance as well, or this was an area?
I wish. No, when I was a child, I think it's probably part of every education, of the education of every little child. I did some ballet, it was cute, but I wish I could reach the level of Batsheva or something like that. You have, like, in Israel, amazing dancers. No, I wish. No, I'm not a dancer, unfortunately.
And as someone who's been living in Israel for 6 years, does your experience as a, well, at this point you're settled, but as your experience, your adjustment into Israel, does that gain expression as well, you think, in your photography?
I'm sure, because I think that, first of all, my opinion is that you need, my opinion, in every art, you need to be sensitive. A rigid person will not have the same pictures as a sensitive person. Now, living in Israel, coming to Israel, making Aliyah is not always easy, but it's one of the best things I did in my life. But I was confronted to difficult things. Every day was a battle, but it's such an overwhelming now. I love this country, and yeah, I'm sure it's. You can see it in my pictures. I'm sure.
Photographer Lil Steinberg, and the exhibition together runs through July 30th at the Efrat Gallery